Welcome back to a new series called ARCA Let's Get to Know. I'm Casey Campbell from Great Lakes Post, and joining me right now is Ryan Repko from the ARCA Menard series. He'll be driving, and guess what? He's driving this week in the number 20 Venery Motorsports Toyota this week in Kansas. Before I get into the fun questions, I do want to ask you, you are going back racing this weekend in Kansas. How excited are you?
Pretty excited. We had a good run at Kentucky, and that was my first mile and a half, so I feel like we're going to be able to build on that. And I've talked to my teammate Michael quite a bit, who runs pretty good these mile and a halves. He's won quite a few of them, runs good. So hopefully learn a little bit and be able to build on it and run even better.
All right, let's fire off these questions. All right. Out of the Venerity Motorsports teammates, who do you think has the most personality?
As far as personality, probably Drew. Just he's been in the headlines recently, and he's a cool teammate. I like him. He's a good guy. But he definitely is the one that shows quite a bit more of who he is recently with his interviews and stuff.
Yeah. If there's a sport that you would want besides racing, what other sport would you want to try?
Probably basketball. I enjoyed playing, local leagues and stuff when I was in middle school, and every now and then I'd go to an NBA game. But this year that hasn't been able to happen, unfortunately. But last year I went to about 2 or 3 of them or something like that. But kind of enjoy watching basketball.
Are you in those Toyota? I mean, I know the Toyota has the drivers participate in this big basketball league. Are you in that?
Oh yeah, I've got quite a few injuries from that league. I'm definitely not one of the better players. I'm only 5'7", so I'm kind of one of the guys that gets picked towards the end just because I don't have any height. So I don't. I'm not very good for. I'm not good for very many points in those games.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like social media?
I feel like social media can be a good thing or a bad thing. The thing is, it's just so easy to say whatever's on your mind and in the heat of the moment, so you can get yourself in trouble there. But it's also a great way to get your name out there and try to build a name for yourself. And if you use it the right way, I feel like it can be a great tool for any young driver that's trying to build a brand.
Yeah. But how do you like it? Scale from 1 to 10, you think?
I mean, I don't know. I guess like a 6 or a 7. I mean, it's one of those things that can go either way.
Yeah.
Luckily, I can't think of the time where I've acted in the heat of the moment, but I've seen quite a few drivers where some sort of negative publicity will get out and it'll kind of be career ending for them. So, I mean, it's one of those things that you kind of got to play to your advantage and know that it's out there and know that you're under a microscope being at a high level. You're held to a high standard being an athlete. You can't really allow that to go bad.
If you could go out to dinner with one NASCAR driver, who would it be and why?
Kyle Busch, just because he's insanely talented, just wins in everything he gets in. I hope one day I can get to that point. I mean, he's a real man.
Hey, KFB, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the face of Toyota has been, I mean, Kyle's probably responsible for getting a lot of these drivers up there, up to, the Cup or Xfinity and where they are. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. KBM plays a big part.
Oh, yeah. What would you rather do? Play basketball or play baseball?
Basketball. Basketball is more continuous. Like, see, that's why I like racing. So, football games, they have a play and then there's a break, like I don't know. I like the continuity of it. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those deals where I just like a lot of stuff happening over. I think you get what I'm trying to say. I don't really understand how to work or know how to explain this, but like I like the high pace of it. Where an NBA game is continuous or NASCAR race is continuous. It's just I tend to like those things.
Yeah. What is something that you will never do? Like an activity or a sport or something that you would never do?
Well, I'm terrified of heights, so there's no chances of me ever going skydiving. I don't go on roller coasters. I see if it was on the ground, I'd be cool with it. Like I like speed, but I don't like I don't like heights. I won't do anything that involves heights.
Yeah. Surprisingly, heights is a very common response among NASCAR drivers. I mean,
Really?
yeah, perfect example, Derek Kraus. And I asked him, what's something that you're afraid of? And I think he said heights. So I think it's pretty common. I mean, people are just terrified of roller coasters. I'm not one of them, but
I hate them. I can't do it.
um,
Probably just got rid of any chance of a Six Flags sponsorship, but I mean, it just wasn't going to work. Yeah.
I was going to ask you to go to. So whenever you come up to the Midwest, so I probably won't be asking you to go to Cedar Point with me or something.
No, I mean, I'll go, but I'm not going to ride anything. You know, I'll play the arcade games or something.
Yeah. Would you ever play tennis with Drew Dollar?
No, because I would get smoked because he used to play.
I know that. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of candy?
Candy. Probably Skittles. Those are good. Fruity.
Okay, so Sam Mayer and I were having this discussion one time. They got rid of the lime Skittles a few years ago. This is news to me because I like Skittles. Now they replaced it with the green apple Skittles. Do you want the lime Skittles back?
I didn't know there was a difference. I've actually heard a rumor that if you close your eyes, you can't tell what flavor it is. Supposedly, they're all the same flavor, but there's some sort of mental deal where if you look at a certain color and it makes you think a certain way. I don't know. I've never actually tried it, but there are experiments on it, and people can't tell the difference. But I could be wrong. I don't know. That could have been back in the day. I mean, I don't know.
You're giving your PR guy a lot of ideas for you to do.
Yeah, there you go. Taste test.
I don't know. Nick's full of ideas. So,
Yeah.
What is one interesting thing about Michael Self that we don't know?
One interesting thing about Michael Self. I mean, he's a great teammate. I mean, he's one of the guys that will genuinely steer you in the right direction. If you need help at a certain track or a certain style of racing, like, I mean, I probably spent close to an hour with him on the phone this morning, just looking at Kentucky and trying to figure out what I can do better going into Kansas. So, I mean, he's a great teammate, good guy, just really genuine, and he likes to help and try to help the younger drivers to maximize their opportunities, because he's one of these guys. He's raced a lot of ARCA races and he's had a great deal of success. So he's definitely credible as far as what he says, and everything that he told me going into Kentucky came true. So I mean, he's a very smart guy when it comes to this kind of racing.
And Michael Self's kind of like the Matt Crafton of the ARCA series, or
He's good.
There's always
he's really good.
Yeah, he is. I mean, ARCA has, ARCA's been doing very well with, especially him, and of course, the Sinclair partnership has been, absolutely amazing for that.
Oh yeah.
How many are you? What's now baseball, basketball, and hockey are going to be coming back in the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. Are you going to be watching those sports?
I don't see why not. I mean, if it's coming on during dinner, I mean, I'm sure I'll be trying to watch it. I've mainly been watching Mav TV and Speed 51 and places like that where I can see, ARCA replays, late model races, just stuff like that. I think I had NBC Track Pass going, Speed 51, and then the Hickory live stream last week. So I had 3 late model races going on in Ardennes. So, I mean, it's just that's the good part about modern technology, is you're able to get that stuff out to the masses. But at the same time, nothing really replaces being there.
Still haven't signed up for Track Pass yet. That's on my list of things to do. So
Track Pass, they do a good job. That was a good broadcast.
Yeah, I do. Especially that guy that broadcasts the races. I heard he's pretty good.
There you go.
I love asking this question to people. If you were an object, what would you be and why?
Or an object.
So like some, yeah, love asking this question.
I don't know, maybe like a go-kart, I guess. I mean, I don't know. A go-kart's like agile and like fast, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I work out every day and take like fitness seriously. So, I mean, maybe that.
What was your first car that you ever owned?
Ford Mustang.
Nice.
But we tend to lean towards Toyota Camrys now. Those are nice. I want to get a Tacoma. Those are pretty stout. I like those.
Yeah, I'm sure you can hook that up.
I got the connections now. Hey.
Well, yeah, that's good.
Yep.
What's your favorite ice cream?
I really don't eat a whole lot of ice cream, believe it or not. I stick to my health plan, but if I have to go with something, probably chocolate.
Are you on that keto diet?
No. So Toyota and TD2, they develop a personalized diet for each of the drivers to meet their fitness goals. And I've got this chart that actually tells me how much of each food group to eat at each meal. And I followed that, and in 6 months, I've gained 20 pounds of muscle. So, I mean, that's pretty stout. That's good.
Yeah, that is good. Wish I could do that. Oh, my. What is one thing that you have given up on eating that you used to?
That I've given up on eating?
Yes. Like something that maybe it's because of your diet or something, or maybe you just don't like it anymore.
Pretty much all sweets. I mean, I tend to lean towards just eating healthier stuff. I mean, it's very rare that I eat dessert or anything like that. Like I really stay on top of my fitness goals.
I do want to have you try that Skittles thing you were talking about, though. That sounds.
Yeah, I mean that's not too bad. One pack of Skittles isn't gonna kill me, but you won't see me eating like a chocolate cake or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, what is one thing that is there anything besides sleeping that you can do with your eyes closed? Like a hidden talent or something?
Not that I'm aware of, because all my talents have to do with behind the wheel. And if I did that with my eyes closed, I think it would end up pretty catastrophic.
Yeah.
Nothing good would come out of that. I can tell you that. Gosh, I don't know. I could probably write my name with my eyes closed. That's about it.
All right. We'll try that on another date. Was I going to ask you? You know, if there's any other form of motorsport that you would want to try, like IndyCar, sports cars, NHRA, what about
Probably dirt stuff. I mean, I think what Toyota does with Keith Coons and the midget side of things, it looks really cool. That's something I'd like to give a try one day, just because I've heard those cars are so much fun to drive. And some really talented drivers like Christopher Bell have come out of those ranks. So I feel like there is definitely stuff to learn there. But it's one of those things I'd have to do it right. I couldn't just hop into a midget, because, I mean, that wouldn't go well. I'd have to start at the bottom and kind of work my way into that and just kind of learn how dirt racing works, just as I had to asphalt in the very beginning.
Yeah. Do you have a hidden talent?
If I have a hidden talent, it's hidden from me, because all I know about is racing. So,
What's it like being a dog dad?
Oh, Macy? Yeah, she's a great dog. We adopted her in 2011. So that would make her 9 years old. And she's a sweet dog. She's some sort of golden retriever mix or something like that. I don't know. We don't even know. We rescued her for it's like $100 to get her, and that was like the best $100 ever spent.
Yeah. Definitely makes definitely pets have, the rise in pets, especially in the last few months, has gone like tremendously up because of the quarantine. It's you have time to feed them and stuff. So it's been good.
Yeah, Macy's going to be devastated when everybody goes back to work.
Yeah. Hey, people are working from home now. So
yeah.
Do you see yourself doing anything else? Like, if racing doesn't work out, what do you see yourself doing?
Well, I mean, I go to UNCC to study finance, so some sort of financial management. We've got close family friend down in Easley, South Carolina, Jim Charbonneau, who kind of I got to shadow him for a day and learn what he does, and I found that to be pretty interesting, just trading stocks and stuff like that. So probably something along those lines, but I always want to have something to do with racing, even if it's not driving, because, I mean, I really enjoy the sport, and I've made a lot of good friends and memories along the way. But hopefully we just keep climbing the ladder, and it eventually works out because, I mean, made it this far, can't turn back now, right?
Yep. Have you ever tried golf?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. It goes straight for the bushes. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I can do top golf. That's about it. Every now and then I'll
I
win a
love
top.
Top Golf. I'm not
Fun
going
place.
because, I'm going to, all those activities that we all love doing, I'm not doing because of, obviously COVID. But, it's like, hey, I don't mind. I don't miss these. It's fine.
Yeah.
You hanging in there and stuff.
For sure.
Oh, what was I? Favorite racetrack?
Favorite racetrack? Hickory Motor Speedway. That's I have my most late model wins there. I won the throwback race there, won the Bobby Isaac there. Just good track that's close to home. It's got a lot of personality. You can run pretty much anywhere on the racetrack and make it work. The cool thing about Hickory is there will be a 150 lap race, and at the end of it, every single time, there's always two guys that are running side by side, and you have no idea who's going to win that race. And it's just such a cool racetrack. And it's one of those tracks where you have to be smart and save your tires, but you don't have to like completely not try in the beginning. Like you kind of have to be up there in that top 4 or 5. So, I mean, it's just one of those places that I hated it at first because I wasn't very good at it. And then once I figured it out, it became my favorite track.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And the last question I shall ask you is, what kept you sane during quarantine?
Fitness, just going and working out at parks and stuff like that just kind of got me out of the house a little bit, as well as some iRacing, just so that way I could interact with people. But that's mainly it. I mean, my life was just as boring as everybody else's pretty much. And during quarantine, just because I'm a race car driver doesn't mean that didn't apply to me. So, I mean, it was just one of those deals.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, it was the same for me. I just, I didn't really, do anything, but it's like not different because, I usually work from home anyways. So
I hear you.
Hey, thanks for doing this, man. And look forward to this. I don't know. Who should we get next week? Who should I get next week, I should say? Not sure.
On the show? Or
yeah, why not?
Go for either Drew or Michael. There you go.
All right.
Have you got either of them?
I don't know. I don't know. The big boss will have to decide that, which is Nick. So, all right, Ryan, thank you so much for doing this.